Shalom, shalom. Giving all praises and glory to our power Yahweh. Baha Shalom Yahweh Shai, Baha Shem Rachak Kodash. Double honor to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect of the tabernacles of David scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, wherever you may be, and wherever you may be. To you I say Shalom, Meshalah, Shalom. All right, we're back with another helpful hints and info. All right, the title is straightforward. All right, concerning what we talk about, these little very tiny sessions here, helpful hints and info. This is basically right here from AccuWeather.com. Me personally, I don't like this too much. The only thing I do like about this one is the fact that you have like this article type deal going on down here. All right, you see the latest hurricane news and stuff like that. 18 hours ago, 21 hours ago, 21 hours ago. I'm not sure if that's fresh. All right, we'll see in a second, maybe. So yeah, I guess that's as up to date as it is as of right now. Let me see what it would do if we hit see more. If we'll get through to that. I'm not sure if this is even gonna come up. If it is, it's moving slow. I'm not gonna wait for it. Yeah, this is just a quick one, anyways. This is probably the best deal out of this thing here. All right, just having a few articles here and there. This is a talk as of late. All right, Bobby. Not sure if you can pull up. Yeah, Hurricane Bobby, or Typhoon Bobby. What damn commercial just like that? You can't skip the commercials. Yeah, Typhoon Bobby. I believe like 10 or 15 people were deleted. Okay. Which is not over yet. Okay, yep. Slams Japan with storm surge and high winds. This is dated July 10th, which if I'm correct, today's date is July 10th. Okay, so you can get into different things like that. Reporting from the eye of Typhoon Bobby. Right. Storms become more numerous. Da, 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 da. All right, so yeah, that's probably the best feature out of this. It's not any particular special website. Like I said, it's from right here at the top. You see it, AccuWeather.com. All right, you can find that here. And this is a similar thing here. Active storms, hurricane, typhoon, a tropical cyclone activity across the globe. Right, Bobby currently typhoon. All right, approximately 195 miles from Kadena, wherever AB, or whatever they're short for. Active since 1 week ago, updated 4 hours ago. All right, so there you go. All in June 2026, then July 2026. Right, from the Atlantic to the East Pacific as well as the West Pacific. All right, so yeah, so that's that. This is the one I really want to show you here. All right, called Zoom Earth. All right, I saw this, several days ago. I can't remember how far back. My ticker. Okay, it's ticking. All right, so Zoom Earth. All right, and what I like about this, okay, now I don't need to download it. This is basically just like a real time tracker of storms and hurricanes, just like what we talked about. The GDAX, the GDACS. All right, website GDAX, and I think there's another one I have, but definitely the GDAX. I make. Oh yeah, the drought monitor, which is specifically for the U.S., but that's a good one to have too. All right, the U.S. drought monitor, but the GDAX. All right, that's another good one as well. I use that one. All right, probably most often when I look into it. But this one here is a storm tracker. All right, you have here your radar. This says live. Let's see it. Let's see what live goes into. Live satellite. This map shows near real-time satellite imagery. It can be used to see clouds, storms, fog, smoke, and more direct from geostationary satellites. There you go. See? Radar. All right. Precipitation. Okay, so you can play around with this thing, find what you want to look. All right, normal setting is a satellite. All right, let's X this down. All right, and so here you see Colombia. All right, in South America, North America. All right, so you can look around different places. All right, and this is what I wanted to get into showing you here. All right, which is basically the same thing from one side to the other. So notice these bluish purple dots here. Did they just lock me out? Okay, here we go. All right, these little bluish purple dots here. So if you click on it, it's disturbance 3. All right, potential for development. Okay, so it's showing you these, different things that are happening. It's not what I clicked on. All right, disturbance 2. All right. Okay, I guess it was the same one. Oh, look, even showing the whole track right here. But this is the biggest thing about it. Why, if I can find it, where was it? Here it is, right over here. All right, I believe this is Bobby that we talked about. Okay, checking out Bobby, checking out. See that? Start look the whole path. You can actually see the whole path of Bobby, starting way out here. Okay, see if we can get the last dot here. High definition. June the 30th, 11 p.m. at 30 miles per hour, and then you have a whole menu or key or whatever. All right, up there actually says info. I haven't seen that before. Haven't had a chance to really look too much into this. It's probably my third time overall going into this, but you see tracking. All right, this storm. All right, here it is right here. Okay, Bobby. All right, 85 miles per hour. Okay, typhoon. All right, so let's pull this up. The info button. This is a dangerous system. Possible hazards include damaging winds, heavy rainfall, storm surge, rough seas, mudslides, and flash flooding. Wind speeds and categorizations may differ from those reported by local meteorological agencies. Bobby, Philippine name Inde, Japanese typhoon number 9, is located 361 kilometers west-southwest of Kadena Air Base and has tracked northwestward at 24 kilometers an hour, 13 knots. Over the past 6 hours, maximum significant wave height is 14.6 meters or 48 feet. That's pretty huge, 48 feet. And there's other things here. The center of Bobby is expected to make a closest point of approach to Taipei of 232 kilometers at 11, all right, or 8 UTC on its way to landfall in eastern China in around 18 hours. Okay, so yeah, this was probably going to be another decent site for a live storm tracker. All right, so yeah, so it's called Zoom.Earth. Okay, Zoom.Earth. And once again, you get in here, you can play around, poke around, see what's going on, how things are working. Look at this. All right, it's just like they will show you on the news, but this is at your fingertips and not the newscaster's fingertips. Okay, check this out. See that? So you can go in here, check things out. What is this? I haven't even seen this before. So like I said, I haven't had the chance to even get into all of this. Okay, just the wind speeds and things. So yeah, there's a lot here. All right, a live storm tracker. Um, Probably figured you could probably make use of this one. All right, what's this? Layers, tropical systems. Da 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 da. Oh wait, no, I want to turn that back on. Yeah, see that's the main thing we're looking at. Oh wow. Oh okay, active fires. See, like I said, I haven't really had a chance to play around with this. So this is similar to the GDAX. Active fires, heat spots. What's this? Heat spots are not live. Detections are updated daily and are delayed by many hours. Red spots show the approximate locations of very high temperature detected by satellite. These spots may be from fire or other sources of heat, such as hot smoke or agriculture. Clouds may prevent the detection of the heat. Do not use for the preservation of life or property. Detections have limited accuracy. Yeah, in other words, don't rely on this. Like, there's a wildfire coming, to a neighborhood near you. Don't rely on this thing if it says that you're in the safe. Basically it. So actually, I'm gonna keep all this on. What's the crosshair? I don't do crosshairs. Okay, the longitude, latitude, north. You got east there. I probably don't necessarily need that. Borderlines. Yeah, to the countries. So all this is good. Labels. Definitely keeping all these things on. But active fire, I didn't expect to see active fires here. Okay. Yakutsk. All right, and it doesn't really get too deep. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. Hold on. Let me see here. I have to zoom in something. Okay. So yeah, so you have to zoom in really close to click on these. And there's a small orange dots too. right, so very, very interesting site there. What's this? Okay, more settings. All right, so let's do this. Let me grab this book here. Let's grab this book here. All right, and I'm gonna get I think there's another one in like the 28th chapter. I don't know where that scripture is in the 28th chapter, but I know Isaiah 30:30. Okay, all right. And like that up right there for you, Isaiah 30:30. And the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, shall cause his glorious voice to be heard, and shall show the lightning down of his arm. Yeah, lightning is a part of the Lord's power. Okay, lightning was emitted from his chariot. Okay, it says, yep, lightning down of his arm, with the indignation, the righteous anger, right, indignation of his anger, and with the flame of a devouring fire, with scattering and tempest and hailstones. All right, I know we're going to this all the time. That's the point. All right, and Yahweh will make his majestic voice in the NLT, majestic voice heard. He will display the strength of his mighty arm. He will descend with devouring flames, with cloudburst, thunderstorms, and huge hailstones. All right, and I'm gonna go right over here, as we always do. Okay, and in particular, I want to grab what's this downpour? I don't think I've been to this before. Look, rain shower, thunderstorm, flood of rain, downpour, rainstorm. All right, the word is zaram in the Hebrew, to pour out, pour forth in floods, flood away. Look, wow, see that right there? Of the Most High's power. See that? Also says flood, overflowing, shower, storm, tempest, or a gush of water. Okay. And cloudburst is that key one I want to get to. All right. Napataza is the word. Look, a driving storm. Also says a storm as dispersing, scattering, to shatter, break, dash, beating pieces. That's exactly what tornadoes do on land. But as we saw, like with tropical storms and things of that nature, hurricanes, those are over water, as usually when they hit land, they start to weaken. All right, they originate on the water. When they hit land, they start to weaken. All right, but we know that that's not always the case, especially when Esau's behind it with his weather technology. All right, his heart, program and stuff like that. Okay, so but all those things are still controlled by the Lord, whether it be right or left hand side. Okay, because the Lord does have the left hand side. He's not evil, or nor does he do evil or any wickedness. That's why he has the left hand side. All right, scriptures talk about how he put evil angels amongst them. That's the left hand side, and he also has his right hand side. All right, which are the good angels. Okay, which also carry out his orders. Okay, um, so yeah, but like I was saying, shatter, break, dash, beating pieces. Exactly what these things do. All right, these storms of things. All right, pulverize, disperse, scatter. See, all these things can tie right into talking about storms, hurricanes, tropical storms. All right. Yeah, flame of fire, consuming fire, cloudburst, downpour, and hailstones. All right. So, I mean, we don't have to, pretty much stress this one out. All right. Just another health winds and info. Of course, we got to throw a scripture in there as well. So, Lord willing, you edify. Shalom.